Negotiations over Iran's disputed nuclear program are moving into day 3 in Geneva, but no deal is on the table just yet, despite what some are describing as progress.
These negotiations have made very good progress. There are still important issues to resolve.
That mirrors the comments U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry made Friday, that differences remain in the talks, but they are working hard at reaching a conclusion. Those differences these leaders are referring to are the steps the West wants to make towards restricting the scope of Iran's nuclear program, which, according to the BBC, will be the topic of Saturday's discussion.
They may want Iran to cap the amount of enrichment that it does. They may want Iran to downgrade its existing stocks of medium-enriched uranium.
For the U.S., the talks basically boil down to a single compromise in which Iran will suspend most of its uranium enrichment for the next 6 months in exchange for eased sanctions. But for Israel, one of the U.S.'s closest allies in the Middle East, there's a major sticking point. While Israel isn't involved in the talks, its Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he wants every piece of Iran's nuclear program dismantled. Anything less, he says, would be a, quote, bad idea. Israel is not obliged by this agreement, and Israel will do everything it needs to do to defend itself and the security of its people. The U.S. continues to maintain that it's on the same page with Israel. Both countries are skeptical of Iran's claim that it's using its nuclear power strictly for civilian use and generating power. If an agreement is reached in Geneva, analysts say it will be the first step forward toward curbing Iran's nuclear power in decades. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn. Multiple sources, a broader view.